It's interesting to think, why do you think Jesus, even in growing up, it's a mystery? We don't know anything about his childhood. We don't know anything about like his teen years. His brothers kind of get probably a glimpse in childhood that he's something different, but they still don't know, even till the end when he has to reappear at the final. Is there something else, like a different mission that Jesus is on than just proving to the locals who he is?
Well, I think the Gospels answer the question.
Yeah.
If we wrote everything down that Jesus did, the libraries of the world couldn't contain it. St. John says that. But these things have been written so that you will believe. The Gospels are extremely missional, and yet your question is valid because the early church, nascent Christianity, wants to answer all those questions. Jesus wasn't the greatest playmate. He would do weird things. He would kill things and heal them. So this is where the apocryphal Gospels come in and try to fill those gaps. And one thing that's interesting, my expertise is in the extra-canonical Gospels, and the greatest event of all time, you're talking about, blurry creatures, a blurry event, where's the body? We have no eyewitness accounts of the actual moment of resurrection.
Right.
And the Gospel of Peter comes along, which is not written by Peter, and it's late 2nd century, and that purports to tell us what happened at the tomb. That Jesus emerges as a giant. 2 angels follow after him. The cross follows after Jesus, and the cross is talking. We have a talking, hovering, levitating cross. And so it attempts to fill in the gaps. So there's a lot of gap filling in some of these extra canonical works. And that's why the early churches look at them and say, no, that's not going to be in the Bible. That's not what happened.
Well, some of it gives you context, though. It's hard to know which extra biblical literature helps and what hurts.
Well, and that's why I encourage my students just to read them, and you'll see an immediate difference. I mean, just when you read them, they get names wrong. They don't seem to know the geography correct. And then they answer questions that later generations of Christians were asking, not the first original.
Yes, the church fathers, right?
And we've started our show with a lot of data. Like we have a Bigfoot footprint here.
I love it.
Casted in 1967. We got the scientists on. We didn't just rely on stories alone. And I love that's what you're doing. Is you're like, these are the artifacts. These are some coins.
Bringing all the receipts.
This is a shroud.
Yeah.
You're piecing together evidence, and like we have is like, this is the hair. This is the DNA. This is the footprints. This is the scientist who says this can't be faked. This is not a fake thing. This is a real creature, whatever it is, right? And I think that you have to appeal to that skeptic. You got to start there and then work your way to the more relational stuff, which is hard to prove exists or doesn't exist, right? Like, does he love us?
Yes.
Well, you can't show the shroud and say he does, but we can see the evidence that he was a real person who died and resurrected. And where do we go from the cup? You showed us that.
It's show and tell time.
Yeah. Okay. So I want you to hold some 1st century dice.
All right.
And check those out. And I don't know if you guys...
Are these real?
They are made from bone. They are 1st century, unearthed in Jerusalem. Got it from my friend Zach, Antiquities, store number 24.
Everybody needs a Zach.
That's right.
And nice.
And you can even throw them around on the table if you want. But I want you to just know.
Dude, we should play craps.
That's right. Let's go.
Right now. I'm hot.
All 4 Gospels record the evidential detail that, and just hold on to them while I talk and explain it. I mean, they all record this evidential detail that the executioners were gambling for the clothes of Jesus